The story of Flight 914, though a fictional urban legend, continues to captivate the imagination of many due to its eerie details and mysterious nature. Let's dive into the details and explore the tale with greater depth. The disappearance of 1955. On July 12, 1955, Pan American Flight 914, a Douglas DC-4, took off from New York City en route to Miami, Florida. Everything about the flight seemed routine as the plane climbed into the clear summer skies. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 passengers and 4 crew members. On board were 57 It was as if the plane had simply vanished into thin air. The families of the passengers were devastated, and authorities conducted extensive searches, but no trace of Flight 914 was ever found. Eventually, the plane and its occupants were presumed lost at sea, and the incident was filed as an unsolved aviation mystery. The reappearance of 1992? 37 years later, on May 21, 1992, air traffic controllers at Caracas Airport in Venezuela reportedly noticed a strange blip on their radar. A plane had appeared seemingly out of nowhere, and it was approaching the airport. The controllers contacted the pilot, who, to their shock, identified the aircraft as Flight 914, en route to Miami. The pilot sounded confused and anxious, asking, "Where are we? Is this Miami?" When informed that they were in Caracas and the year was 1992, there was stunned silence on the other end. The pilot insisted it was 1955 and that he was on schedule. The controllers, equally baffled, allowed the plane to land. As the DC-4 touched down, ground crew approached the aircraft to assist. Witnesses described seeing passengers looking out of the windows, appearing confused but unharmed. The pilot, realizing something was amiss, reportedly panicked. He shouted to the crew not to approach, restarted the engines, and took off without clearance. The plane was never seen again. Eerie details. The passengers' watches and newspapers. In some versions of the story, items recovered from the passengers, such as watches and newspapers, were consistent with 1955. These items supposedly confirmed that the people on board had no knowledge of the time that had passed. Time slip or dimensional rift? Theories surrounding the legend suggest the plane flew through a time warp or dimensional rift, causing it to vanish and reappear decades later. The logbook. Some versions claim that air traffic controllers kept a record of their interaction with Flight 914, including the conversations with the pilot. However, no physical evidence of this logbook has ever surfaced. Debunking the myth. The story first appeared in the Weekly World News, a tabloid infamous for fabricating stories. It published the account with dramatic headlines, accompanying it with doctored photos to make the tale more convincing. Over time, this fictional narrative spread through retellings, articles, and even paranormal podcasts, cementing it as an enduring urban legend. No aviation records or credible sources support the existence of Flight 914 or its mysterious reappearance. The story's dramatic details, like the confusion over time and the sudden disappearance, make it clear that it's a crafted piece of fiction designed to entertain. Why does the story persist? The tale of Flight 914 taps into humanity's fascination with the unknown. Time travel and mysteries, stories like these fuel our curiosity about time anomalies and alternate dimensions. Aviation mysteries, real-life cases like the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, make fictional tales of lost planes more compelling. Desire for answers, the idea of a lost plane reappearing offers closure even if it's fabricated. While Flight 914 is a work of fiction, its themes of mystery and the passage of time continue to captivate audiences, making it a modern myth that lives on in popular culture. Would you like to explore similar urban legends or discuss real-life aviation mysteries?